This is Nightcrawler. This is written and directed by Dan Gilroy, brother of Tony Gilroy, who wrote and directed Michael Clayton and wrote the Bourne movies. So this is the story of a young man called Lou Bloom, Jake Gyllenhaal, a petty criminal who's got brains, he's got ambition, hasn't quite found the right outlet for them yet. Then he discovers the world of late night Los Angeles crime journalism. I use the word journalism with reservations because these are people who listen to police radio, waiting to hear about crimes that have taken place. One comes up and they race to the scene in their car and get the video cameras out, film everything paparazzi style, fairly brutal in their approach, quite intrusive in their approach, and then sell the footage to TV news companies who want to run it on their breakfast shows. And it turns out that Lou, who's never really had direction, is really good at this. He's got the business acumen to make it work, not always legally, but he's got the drive to do it. Who else is in this? Riz Ahmed, Wembley's own Riz Ahmed of Four Lions fame, is making his big budget Hollywood debut as Rick, who's a guy that Lou takes on as assistant. And Rene Russo's in it as well. She co-stars as the editor of a TV news show that Lou works with. So here's a clip from Nightcrawler.
We find our viewers are more interested in urban crime, creeping into the suburbs. What that means is a victim, or victims, preferably well off and white, injured at the hands of the poor or a minority.
Just crime?
No. Accidents play. Cars, buses, trains, planes, fires.
But bloody?
Well, graphic. The best and clearest way that I can phrase it to you, Lou, to capture the spirit of what we air, is think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
I understand.
First things first, what a performance by Jake Gyllenhaal. Lou is unlike any other character I've seen. And this really is what we want from movies, isn't it? To go there and see something and go, you know what? I've never seen anything like that before. He's got this nerdy, chatty confidence about him. He's got swagger and attitude on the one hand, but he's also a real loser on the other hand. So he's full of contradictions, this character, and secrets. And Gyllenhaal plays him so well. And actually, physically, he even looks like someone who does stay up all night. He's got this gaunt, eerie-looking atmosphere about him. And I think actually Jake works very well in nighttime movies. I was thinking back to Donnie Darko and Zodiac and things like that. He seems to work well in the shadows, and he's certainly a man who's lurking in the shadows in this.
Does he have a twitch? In Prisoners, he had a twitch.
Yes, he did have a twitch as well. No, I don't think he's a twitch, but he is sort of, like I said, he's this very chatty, hyperactive kind of character, which he does brilliantly. But emotionally as well, he also just really totally nails this character head on, this sort of idiot, savant, technophile loner. I mean, it's just an amazing character. Lou is really an amazing character. But actually, it's all great. Riz Ahmed's very good. Rene Russo, we heard her in that clip. She's very good. And it's just a really gripping and disturbing and hilarious and enlightening film. It feels like, I suppose, what we'd call a zeitgeist movie, as if it's saying something about our times and about the media, the people controlling the media and subsequently controlling our attitudes as well. Really perverse, actually, in parts. And, I mean, although it's not really like anything, I know it's a thing that we do to kind of go, well, it's a bit like this or it's a bit like that. I suppose it's in parts, it's a bit like Network, you know, that Peter Finch movie, and which was great. And even in parts, there's a feel of maybe Dr. Strangelove or something about it, that black comedy, about obsession. So there are elements of those in, but I think on the whole, it just feels like a really different and original film. And if you're sat there thinking, I haven't seen a really different kind of film for ages, this is it. I mean, this is the one you'll go to and go, wow, that surprised me. Actually quite a long film, but the great scenes just keep coming and coming and building and building. And I could have gone on for another half hour. I mean, you know, I wanted more of it. I tell you who also liked it. I saw this on Twitter last night. Adele went to see this, I guess in America, tweeted about it, saying how much she loved it, got about 2,000 retweets. So if it's good enough for Adele. But no, genuinely, I mean, I think it's a great performance from Jake Gyllenhaal, but also a really interesting, original, fresh, odd, perverse film.
Is it also about, I wonder, would you say it's about journalism or is it about information?
About a certain kind of journalism. I think it's about a new kind of journalism, which trained journalists, old school journalists, might frown upon, but certainly in the States, this kind of information gathering is very much the way people are going now. And it's also about how much I think news editors want to show and how much they want to break the rules, because there are certain moral rules you would have as a news editor, say, we're not going to show that. But now people are thinking, well, maybe if we do show that, we'll get even more viewers. And it becomes more about that obsessive drive for more viewers rather than actually doing something that's moral and ethically right. So
'Cause those themes also remind me of Ace in the Hole, the great
Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Wilder film with Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, there's great movies out there about journalism and TV journalism and broadcasting, and how it can actually send you a little bit crazy. But this one just feels very much now, and those ones, were of their time as well. This one feels very much of 2014 and about issues we are facing right now.